Hello, Brent Pomeranian with Complete Load Solutions. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your time here. We're going to do about a 6 to 7 minute video telling you a little bit about Complete Load Solutions and who we are and where we're going and how we're going to benefit the building material space. So this is going to be a super informal video. Naturally, with COVID going on, we're at home here on a Friday night, but nonetheless, I think it's very important to share a bit of this with you. So we got started in 2015. We had a couple concepts. My partner Patrick Dunbar and he's a lifelong friend of 38 years. We just were discussing certain things in the ready mix space in particular that hadn't really been discussed yet from a technology standpoint. Naturally, our industry has had a tendency to kind of lag in adoption of new technologies. And I'll admit first off, I come from a family-owned business, which started in 1984. We were very resistant to adopting new technologies. We basically would have rather invested in trucks and plants and our people. And technology was one of the last things that we want to invest in. But I think as time goes on, we are starting to see as a whole that those dollars are very, very well spent in investing in technology. And most of us have, dispatching systems now or telematics, GPS providers. Many of us are going ticketless and paperless and starting electronic proof of delivery, which is all great things. But what we're really excited about is the ROI that we can bring producers and end users by implementing what we're about ready to talk about tonight. So we are looking in the end on our grand scale here, a fully mature business model that would put producers in a situation to be able to what we call nearly fully automated dispatch systems, automated ticketing, automatic weigh up of loads at plants, electronic or digital proof of production, which we're going to talk about tonight, and enhanced proof of delivery on job sites. So that's a whole lot of stuff to talk about, but I think to really understand our core package and how it kind of expands is to talk about electronic proof of production. And you probably haven't heard of electronic proof of production. It doesn't exist in today's technology. And I think that's very interesting that it doesn't. As a producer, we send out many loads of concrete per day. And if you're not familiar with the operations at a ready-mix concrete plant, whether you're a big producer or a small producer, there's just a lot going on. So unfortunately, there is a lot of human error that can occur around plants, particularly with the sequencing of trucks and getting trucks under the plant, getting loaded and going to job sites. For those of you who are unfamiliar, a producer has hundreds, thousands. I've even seen producers with over 10,000 different mix designs or recipes for concrete. Every load of concrete that leaves a plant is handcrafted and is different than the last load, going to different job sites. And some producers may load 2 or 3 loads per hour. Some producers may load 50 to 60 loads per hour out of a particular plant. It just really depends on your situation, but it's all the same in the end, is that the end users, so the consumers of our concrete, so contractors, for example, they need to understand and have the confidence that there is no errors or mix-ups at the plant, so that the actual truck for a particular job got loaded with the correct mix and made it to that job. And that may sound a little confusing, so I'm going to back up and kind of explain our very simple process that doesn't exist today. So I encourage, if you're an engineer or a building owner, part of QC, QA, or a DOT agency, that this is going to be a very important development in technology at plants, is to have electronic proof of production. So Right now, in today's form, so if a dispatcher calls for a load to, let's say, go to a bridge deck, so tickets truck 1, and truck 1 comes under, truck 1 gets truck 1's load and goes to the job, we don't have an issue. Where the issue comes in is where a dispatcher tickets a load for truck 1, and for whatever reason, and this happens frequently, let's say truck 2 comes under, right? Now truck 2 has truck 1's load and truck 1's ticket. So at a minimum, truck 2 is going to show up on the job site with truck 1's load and ticket, and that load's going to get rejected. But what if that slips through the cracks? Or what if truck 1 ends up with truck 1's ticket, but got truck 2's load in this situation? Well, that's going to get by, and that's going to get dumped into that bridge deck, and that could be a totally different mix. So it's very important to stop that at the source. So with electronic proof of production, when a truck comes under, at the moment the plant operator discharges the load onto the truck, it's going to scan the truck electronically in real time. And if it's a match, if it's the correct truck, it's going to get loaded. And then we're going to have where it prints on the batch weights that the truck was electronically verified, which is just another layer of security in the production process. And then that truck goes to the job. Now, if the incorrect truck comes under the plant and the plant operator attempts to load that incorrect truck, it's going to get flagged with an error message, and it's not going to let that truck get loaded. So therefore rendering it impossible now for the wrong truck to get loaded with the incorrect load. And that's a real game changer in our eyes. It's a very simple thing, but it just doesn't exist at this time. So now we're electronically proving the production process. Now we need to electronically prove delivery as well. And right now, a lot of producers are going paperless, and that technology is evolving. It's getting better and better every day, and eventually it's going to be excellent. All producers will be paperless, in my opinion, in the next few years. I think that's going to be an important step and money saver for producers who don't have to handle tickets 7 to 10 times in the ticketing to billing processes. That goes away. And for you end users, you're going to start getting tickets in PDF format sent to your inboxes at your offices, and it's really going to eliminate the paper. But what's important is now that we know that the right truck has gotten loaded, we want to make sure that those trucks go to their correct job sites. That's the other end of this, right? So in a fully developed scenario, when a truck pulls up on a job site, okay, and the customer goes to electronically accept that load. It could be scanning the truck with a smart device. It could be a tablet signature. Anything that's identifiable. But really, if the truck happens to go to the wrong job site, let's say we're in an urban setting where we're doing multiple high-rises on the same block. If a truck goes to the wrong job site and the contractor scans that truck, we could be in a position where it will alert the contractor that it is the wrong truck or it's on the wrong job site, or it could be on the correct job site. And we could actually get down to the placement device. If you have multiple pumps on a job or conveyors or placement points, if you're on a warehouse pouring inside flatwork, outside flatwork, and curb, we can differentiate so that we don't have a air and train mix going into the floor, for example. And what's really cool with most of the new trucks now having electronic interfaces, we could actually put the trucks into a position where the drums would not be able to physically go into discharge until that truck has been digitally verified as being on the correct job site. So that's just a very quick summary of one of the first things we'd like to do at Complete Load Solutions. So if this is of any interest to you, please message us, make a comment below. We encourage you to subscribe to our channel and set up the alerts. Click on the bell. because we're going to make several more videos talking more in detail about other technologies that we're going to bring with complete load solutions. So thank you for your time, and we'll see you on the next video.